Welcome to my studio. I'm Linda Glover Gooch, and today I'm approaching a large cloud scene, and at this point you can see I have done my wash and I sculpted by wiping out some of the design. So it has left this abstract design. I know where I'm going. If you were to look at it, you might have to think, what's happening in this scene? But I do know what's happening in the clouds. So 24 hours ago, I drew the painting on with my charcoal. I put a fixative on my drawing to hold it, and then I did this wash over the top with Gamsol thinner, and I used a few warm mixtures. I used some transparent orange, I used a little bit of burnt umber and some touches of cad orange and maybe cad red light. You know, I just was using some colors on my palette and getting this nice warm wash. These clouds are very atmospheric with some blue and a lot of backlighting. So I wanted a little warm color just to put on for the underneath base. It's completely dry. I do not paint on these cloud scenes with my washes when they're wet, because when I put my color, my mixtures, my blues up here, I want them to stay exactly as I mix them and not be grayed down by an orange influence. So I'm going to get started on it. I'm going to start laying on some thick paint. I am going to take you back in time, and we're going to watch a time lapse of this wash being developed. I enjoy doing these washes as much as I enjoy the rest of the painting. This is actually one of my favorite parts of painting. And you can see me using those warm washes that I discussed. And I'm picking up varied tones. You can see where I've gone even a little bit redder there. That's probably more orange or more cad red light mixed into the mixture. And I'm using Gamsol, which is an odorless mineral spirits by Gamblin. And the ground, I'm going a little bit darker. This is where I was talking about the umbers that I added in. I just like to make it a touch darker down there. I just enjoy getting rid of the white canvas, and the most fun is sculpting away my drawing. When I come back, I call it sculpting because I feel like I'm building a little bit of form, and probably much of that is happening in my mind and my creative thought, but I do enjoy it. Wiping down that whole canvas and quieting down just a little bit of the brush strokes with an old piece of cloth, like an old t-shirt or something. But I'm going to go back to wiping and using my Viva paper towels for this more intricate stuff. I can make finer marks and pull off more. And I just come in and I'm pulling out those lightest areas. Some of them may not be the brightest spots of the painting, but I'm just developing the drawing as well. And I do spend some time doing this. I see this as an intricate part. I like to come up and, pull some of those edges. Now this cloud is very backlit and it does have really bright edges. So I'm accentuating that and using this wiping out technique to help draw that design. Where I talked about it being a bit abstract, it was really fun. And just, back and forth. Sometimes I'll go back and pull out more, out of an area that I've already wiped out. Maybe I want it a little bit lighter. And so just continuing on with this whole process. All along that top edge, that's where that cloud is backlit. If you don't get it perfect, that's not a big deal. There are times I do it a little bit different than my photograph. I've tried to teach my students to not be married to your photo. If you're not doing something historical or a commission piece, then give yourself that freedom to create and let your own voice come out in it. Just keep pulling away where you feel like you need it. On the next lesson, we'll step into adding some of the blue paint. But for now, today is just about that beginning process. Sometimes I'll wipe out and I may pick up a brush and pull paint back over like you see me doing here, just kind of toning down some of that light. All right, you get to the easel. Stay encouraged.